Jinny and Cuckoo.
Hey there, welcome back to JinnikuTV. If you're new here, we are so glad you stopped by. On this channel, we are making learning industry-recognized software easy and fun. This video is part of our Adobe Animate series. So if you haven't already, check out our earlier videos to get up to speed. Today, we are diving into something exciting, adding sound clips to your animation in Adobe Animate. Sound is a great way to make your animation more engaging and immersive. And at the same time, it's super easy to add sound to your animation project. So let's jump right in and head over to our application screen. First things first, let's prepare your sound file. Adobe Animate supports multiple audio formats. However, we would recommend MP3 and WAV format. Make sure your file is in one of these supported formats. It's a good idea to keep your sound clip short and optimized for better performance. Longer audio files can sometimes be very inconvenient to work with. Now let's bring your sound file into Adobe Animate. Go to File menu on top here. Click Import, and then the best choice would be to import to library. Select your sound file from your computer and click Open. And just like that, your sound clip is now stored in the library panel, ready to be used in your project. Now it's time to bring your sound into your project timeline. It's best to keep your sounds on a separate layer so they stay organized. Here's how you do it. In the timeline, create a new layer and give it a relevant name. In this case, let's name the layer as VoiceOver. There are different ways to work with audio files, but let's go with a method that works for us. Every animator finds their own way of doing things over time. Start by extending the timeline to match the length of your audio file. If your project timeline is already extended, you can skip this step. To do this, select the last frame and press F5 on your keyboard. Now you can either add the audio to the layer and drag the audio to the desired frame, or you can add a keyframe where you want the audio to start before adding the audio to timeline. We will look at both these approaches in this video. With the VoiceOver layer selected, go to the Properties panel and locate the Sound section. From here, click the drop-down menu and select your imported sound file. If you now hit Enter to preview your animation, you will notice that the sound plays only if played from the first frame. If you drag the playhead in between, the sound won't play. To fix this, set the sync option to stream, which allows the sound to sync with the timeline and be heard even when scrubbing through the timeline. Now let's talk about the sync options. The sync options in Adobe Animate control how the sound file is played in relation to the timeline. The first three options, Event, Start, and Stop, are best for interactive projects. Whereas Stream, which is the last option here, syncs sound with the timeline. Perfect for lip syncing or animation that needs precise timing. For smooth playback and better scrubbing, Stream is usually the best choice. To repeat or loop your audio, use this drop-down menu in the Properties panel. Now, if you want to move this audio to a specific frame on the timeline, simply select the audio layer, click and drag it to the desired frame on the timeline. So our first audio plays until 60 frames. Let's add another audio that starts at frame 70. To do that, insert a keyframe at frame 70 and add the second audio using the Properties panel. Remember to select the sync option as Stream. To further fine-tune your sound, click on the Edit Sound Envelope button in the Properties panel. Here, you can trim the start and the end points, or even add fade in and fade out effects for a more polished touch. And as we know, you can always adjust the frames in the timeline to sync the sound perfectly with your animation. Split audio is another option that is extensively used when editing the sound file. To split the audio, place the playhead on the frame where you want to split and right-click on the audio layer and select Split Audio. Notice how audio is now split at this frame. Now hit Enter on your keyboard to watch and listen to your animation with the new sound. If something doesn't feel right, tweak the timing or sync settings to make it perfect. And there you have it. You have just learned how to add sound clips to your Adobe Animate project. Pretty simple, right? Adding sounds can take your animation to the next level, making them more dynamic and engaging. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to JinnikuTV for more awesome tutorials. And if you have any questions, drop them in the comments. We would love to help you. Thank you for watching and happy animating!